All right, we're back in the garage again, luckily just in time because it just started really raining out there. There was one nice crack of thunder and then it just opened up. But this time it's not the Suburban, it's not that old Lincoln. Today, Goldie Hawn is going under the knife for, I don't know, probably a while. I've been wanting to just enjoy it for as long as I could, but now that it's pretty much winter to me, it goes from summer, there's a week of fall, and now it's winter because it's way too cold. Anyway, now that it's winter out, I want to tear into it and fix some of the stuff that I've been neglecting and kind of putting band-aids on. First and foremost is the exhaust leak, which I think is going to be a little bit more of a pain in the butt. It's the bolt closest to the firewall on each side that broke off. So I think I might have to pull the heads, which is just really, really inconvenient. And then we'll throw some new exhaust gaskets in it. I'm going to get some OEM MLS gaskets, multi-layered steel. Those seem to be the preferred one. Obviously, I just want to redo some of the vacuum lines and stuff, clean it up, and make it a little bit more efficient. And just stuff like that. Actually try to take my time with it instead of rushing it together so that I can get out there and enjoy it. Just little stuff like that. A bunch of stuff that, like I said, I've just been putting band-aids on and ignoring for a little bit. Things like that. And like I said, I do think I'm going to have to pull the heads off because it is the farthest back bolt on each side. And there isn't really... this side there might be enough room to get a welding gun in there. The other side, I really don't think that's going to happen. But I really should pull the heads anyway, just to be safe and take a look at everything, make sure everything's good, because I'd hate to do all this work and then once it's back together, have something let go because of the times I was running out of injector or something and it was running too lean. And then I think while everything's apart, I had to order some exhaust gaskets because none of the local parts stores had any in stock, which seems like that'd be something they'd keep in stock. Anyway, had to order some. Those won't be here for a couple days. So I think since we have to wait on those anyway, I might pull the headers off and actually finally get those coated. I was talking to some of the guys at Line to Line Coatings and we're thinking about doing like a high temp bronze. It'll look real close to gold, but it's a little darker. We all think that it'll fit the truck more because the only other thing we were able to find that's a high temp that you can use on like exhaust and stuff like that is a gold ceramic coating. And that stuff is super expensive. It was like 70 or 80 bucks for a pint of it. And to put that in perspective, a 1 pound container of the high temp bronze is I think 30 or 40 bucks. And since it's somewhat hidden anyway, and as close as the colors are, I think the high temp bronze is just gonna be perfect. All right, I don't know if I can stall any longer. I think I have to actually start tearing this apart, which I really don't want to do. I've got this knack for taking vehicles that run and drive perfectly and fucking them up. But it's all in the name of improving things, so God, I really don't want to do this. Let's get to work. I didn't even notice the camera died, but we got quite a bit of this ready to come apart. Got all the accessories here just sitting up out of the way. That'll be fine. Got pretty much everything I can think of unplugged, everything unbolted, fuel lines apart. Everything should be good. Intake manifolds unbolted, so that should be ready to come out of there now. So I'll get that pulled out and then we can keep on trucking. Last time I had this intake off, I had to have his help to hold stuff out of the way as I wrestled it out of here. I'm going to see if I can do it on my own this time. We're hung up on something already. What are we hung up on? Oh, I forgot to... God damn it. One thing I forgot was, you know, we'll just bring it off right here. Was the brake booster line. What a fucking loser. Like I said, there's always one thing you forget, and it makes it a pain in the ass. No, that wasn't it. Or am I just on the wrong side of these wires? Ah, shit. Oh, it's this fucking evap line. And right now the fuel line's just dumping raw E85 into the cylinders or into the heads. Fucking ridiculous, man. Alright, now we should be good. Nope. Fucking plug for the knock sensors. Son of a bitch. really unprepared this time. Alright, there we go. Got the intake off. Finally. That was more of a struggle than it should have been. That is really gross under there, huh? Ah, well. Might clean it up a little bit when I get the heads off. Clean the heads up too so they don't look so greasy and grungy. And then, let me put this cap back on the rail so I don't lose that, because I definitely will. And then before I put the intake back on, I'm going to put the new injectors in and make sure they're all situated. And then how's it look underneath? It looks all right. No complaints there. You can hear the fuel sloshing around in it. That's awesome. Alright, and all that's left up here is unbolt the headers. I'll have to lift it up to unbolt the headers from the rest of the exhaust. And then valve covers off, unbolt the heads. I still need to drain the coolant. I want to do that before I get too far. Making pretty good progress today. And I didn't let the camera charge very much, so it might die again soon, so I'm just going to put it back on the charger and keep doing some of this tedious stuff that you guys have seen who knows how many times. See you in a bit. Alright, a little bit later. Definitely been hard at work. Got just about everything out of the way so that we can pull the heads. All that's left is just this last header. And then we can take a look in the chambers, see the pistons, check the cylinder walls, all that stuff. Make sure everything's good. I think it will be, but you know, you never know what could happen. So, the Speed Engineering exhaust, I love it. It goes together super easy, but to take the headers off, I had to disconnect pretty much everything and slide the whole exhaust back about 4 inches, which was definitely a pain in the butt, because all I wanted to do was just take those apart and had to move everything. I mean, really it took like 10 minutes, but it was just really annoying. But this guy should come out of here now. Let's see if I can get it with just the one hand. There we go. Come on. I know you come out of there because you went up there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they both went up from the bottom. We're just catching a little bit on bolts and the firewall and shit like that. Just gotta fucking manhandle it. Get out of there, you little bitch. Might have to actually set the camera down to do this. Everything. So I got the header out. Had to beat the shit out of the firewall, which is weird because it went in just fine. But then I had my camera perched up on the saddlebag here, and it fell off, hit the floor, and the lens, let me show you guys. And the lens of the camera there, it landed right on that and bent the fucking thing up. And I thought I destroyed my camera. But it seems to be okay. It's just scuffed up really bad. I like this camera. I would have been pretty upset. Anyway, got the header out. Everything seems to be good there now. Like I said, I'm going to try to drop them off. Now, all that's left to do is pull the heads. Well, pull the rockers and then pull the heads. So let me grab everything from under the truck. And then we'll drop it down and yoink them bad boys off. I obviously also had to pull the spark plugs, and you can see right, come on, focus. You can tell right where the exhaust was leaking because it was blowing out onto that plug, and then the same thing on the other side. But aside from that, all the plugs themselves look really good. You can see the timing marks on the straps. I don't remember if they're way at the base, what that means versus where they're at the tip. One of them is like too much timing, the other one's not enough timing, something like that. I could very well be wrong, don't take my word for it. But yeah, all the plugs look great. Luckily there's no chunks missing or anything, and there's no dents on them or anything like that, so that's all very good news, which gives me hope for the pistons and rings and everything. probably the first time these heads have been off since it was put together at the factory. And honestly, I should have tapped them loose. Oh, nope, actually came off pretty easy. Moment of truth.
Well, there went some water.
My foot's all wet. Alright. Oh yeah, they look fine.
Shit, didn't even have to take them off.
No, I definitely did. Get these studs off. Alright, yeah, the pistons look pretty much brand new, which is genuinely surprising. There's not any carbon buildup on any of them, at least over here. So let's yank this head off and see how it looks over here. Oh yeah, that bolt. Forgot about it. Shit. It's just so awkward. Alright. And how do these pistons look? About the same. Pretty dang good. That's good news. Crazy. This motor has 240,000 miles on it. And then here you can see the exhaust studs. This one broke off inside it. This one actually is sticking out. This one should be a whole lot easier. Everything is in surprisingly good condition, which is very nice. Always a nice surprise. But I think that's gonna do it for today because I'm exhausted. It's, what is it, like 6 o'clock? Been here for 6 hours or so. So that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll see you next time.